All right, we will now invite our judges to join us on stage for the last time here to finally wrap up our 2020 competition season. Over 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
All right, Linnea, whenever you're ready, call for your music and start time. Stage is yours.
Music. And time. Welcome, my name is Linnea. I'm from Boxcar Coffee Roasters in Boulder, Colorado. I'm the inspiration behind my drinks today is not only the coffee that I'm using, but my experiences over the last 2 years, just using what we have around ourselves to uplift each other. By using simple, well-done ingredients, not only do we transform the drink that we're making, but we're drinking how our customers connect to craft coffee and cocktails. Now, I'm gonna start grinding the coffee that I'm going to use today, and once I'm done grinding, I'm gonna give you my coffee recipes. All right, the coffee recipes that I'm using today, my espresso is 18 grams in, and I'm gonna be pulling 38 grams out in about 27 seconds. This is giving me an espresso that has raw sugar sweetness, lime acidity, and a dark 90% chocolate body. For my brewed coffee today, I'm using a 1:17 ratio of coffee to water. That I will be brewing on the Tricklet brewer. This is a fantastic brewer because after setting my recipe, I can basically set it and forget it and spend more time working on my drinks. So this is fantastic for a busy cafe or coffee shop. I'm doing 22 grams of coffee. I'm gonna add 66 grams of water, and I'm gonna let that bloom for 45 seconds before I add the rest of my water. Now the coffee I'm using today is Ana Cafe 14. This is a natural hybrid between the Catmore and Pacmar varietals that was discovered in Guatemala. This coffee has been found to be rust resistant, drought resistant, and also makes a delicious cup of coffee. My final brew today is going to have orange characteristics, milk chocolate, and molasses. Now this coffee came to us from our friend Mo at El Divisadero in El Salvador, where it was grown at 1,500 meters above sea level. The black honey process was used, no water at all, and the entire mucilage was left on the coffee, adding to its crisp, sweet cup. So back to that espresso that I pulled, It has a lime-like acidity, which leads to the inspiration for my first drink and plays off of my love of a margarita. So, to that espresso, I'm going to be adding 1 shot each La Gratona Reposado tequila. This has a soft agave and botanical characteristic that I love. Next, I'm adding lime juice. Each drink is getting 3/4 of an ounce to add to the acidity of the drink. And to balance out that acidity, each drink is getting 1 ounce of a coffee stout simple syrup that I made by boiling down a coffee stout and adding sugar. I'm going to add 1 pinch of Maldon sea salt before I add ice and shake it. The salt and the ice are both going to bring out crisp clarity to these flavors. And by adding the ice, I'm chilling the drink, and you're going to be enjoying it at 44 degrees. Next, I'm going to double strain the ice back into my tin because I have 1 final ingredient to add today, and that is a beet dyed aquafaba. I'm not adding anything else to the flavor, but the beet dyed aquafaba with a dry shake is going to add to the luxurious mouthfeel that you're going to experience with this drink. So, what you can expect: coffee and lime aroma, soft, frothy mouthfeel, flavors of lime, pineapple, and guava, botanicals, pepper, and a long, dry coffee finish that's going to lead you back to another sip. I'm naming this after one of my favorite books, The Master and Margarita. Please enjoy.
Let's hear it for Linnea's first cocktails.
Okay. Thank you. All right, for our next drink, the classic Irish coffee, I am really playing off of the coffee again here. It is the perfect start to an Irish coffee because of that orange citrus that we get, as well as that chocolatey body and molasses sweetness. I didn't want to take away from that sweetness that it has, so I'm using sugar cubes. I think these are great for customers. They love the look of sugar cubes. Each drink is getting 1 white and 1 brown. Again, just to add a nice, simple sweetness to this coffee, and it works really well with the whiskey I'm going to use. This is a Jameson Irish whiskey, Stout edition. So traditional Jameson that has been rested in stout barrels. So we're going to get from the Jameson crisp orchard fruit that transforms in this drink to baked red apples. You're going to get butterscotch, you're going to get hazelnut, and you're going to get cocoa from that aging in the barrels. The best way I can describe the mouthfeel of this drink is going to be silky. But of course, it wouldn't be an Irish coffee without that cream floating on top, which acts like a pillow. So this is like the silk sheet underneath your soft pillow. I could probably spend the entire day telling you about how much I love the dairy that we use back home, but the most important thing to know is that they are unmatched in their quality control. This cream has a 43% milk fat, so it is nice and fatty. Oh, I do not have my spoon, but that's okay. We're gonna improvise. And we're gonna pour off of the back of this guy. And we're gonna see how this works out for us. Not great. Let's see if we can get one of them a little bit better. Also not great. Well, dang. I was really hoping for you to enjoy that sweet, sweet, cushiony mouthfeel, but when this is mixed with our whiskey, I know that you're gonna taste butterscotch pudding for sure. So at least there's that. All right, please enjoy my simple Irish coffee time. Dang. Oh.
Boxcar Coffee Roasters, Colorado.
Dang it! Dang it! My spoon!
Excellent pivot though.
I was like, what is spoon-shaped? What is spoon-shaped?
It still looked really good.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna taste
still look
incredible. I love this Irish coffee so much.
I love that Jameson, by the way.
Oh,
it's a great choice.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's like it's got everything you need.
So I've been talking to everyone about the process, essentially. So again, something that's unique to this competition is how in the finals round you have to make an Irish coffee,
yeah,
which is different from half of your routine from your first round.
Yeah.
So did that play a factor in how you prepared for this competition as a whole?
Yes and no. I knew that it was going to be the second half of the routine, so I knew I had to have a solid start. Choosing a good coffee that's going to work with anything I throw at it is really important as well, and I was really lucky in that with this coffee that I'm using, so that was really helpful.
Awesome. And then the other thing we've been chatting about on stage here is how you go about making your coffee cocktails. Whether you start with like a classic cocktail base with a certain spirit, flavors, incorporation technique, and then try to find a coffee that complements that, or do you choose your coffee first, one that you love the story of, the flavors are great, and then try to build a cocktail around that coffee?
For me, it's usually like something will catch my eye. So a couple years ago, I found a recipe for a beer stout simple syrup, and I was like, this has to be on everything, in everything. I love margaritas. Let's make this happen. So I've been working with that recipe for a couple years, and then when I saw that Jameson had the stout edition, I was like, wait, stout simple syrup, this is perfect. In this competition specifically, I tried to do a twist on a drink that everybody knows because I feel like that's more relatable. So this is based on a margarita. This is based on a hot buttered rum. People can relate and see how you can take that original idea to the next level.
By adding specialty coffee.
By throwing in coffee, yeah. Yeah,
awesome.
Add some coffee, yeah.
I love that whole process that you showed on stage. So thank you so much.
You.
Anyone else out there you want to say hi or thank?
Of course, my Boxcar family. They're fantastic. I couldn't do it without them. And oh my gosh, Davey, he's been fantastic. Everyone here has. All of the volunteers and the sponsors. We couldn't do it without it, and it's incredible. It's incredible.
You are absolutely right. Thank you so much for joining us here, being here with us, Linnea. Linnea, cheer everyone. Boxcar Coffee Roasters, Denver, Colorado.
Thanks.
All right, and that finally brings our 2020 competition season to an end. But we're not done yet. Once all of our scores are tallied, we will be back over there at the main stage at the barista competition to announce the ranking of our finalists and our finalists to find out who is our brand new 2022 U.S. Coffee and Good Spirits champion who will be competing in Milan, Italy for the World Championship for the very first time for the United States. So don't miss that. They are scheduled to happen at 4:30, so please hang around. See you there.